welcome back to the channel. My name is Hen. This is Crafting from the Broom Closet. If you haven't been here before, we are working through the hashtag ABC April 2025 series that's set up by Margaret of Seven Plaza and Tony of Crafting with Tony. And today we are up to the letter U. What can we do for you? I decided upcycle, and I'm going to upcycle these envelopes. And as you can see, they're the sort of envelopes you get through the door that have them bills in that you never want to pay. You're like, oh, I don't want to open that one. I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. I have my cup of tea. Good cup of tea. And we will get some crafting done. This is a new one for me. Most of the things I have been doing on my channel are new to me, so you're learning with me. What will I need today? Well, will need scissors. I will need a pencil. I will need a ruler. I will need a glue stick. Optional extras are a cutting board and a knife. That's the equipment we'll be needing today. So I just can put them to one side for a moment because it didn't need them right now. No glue sticks, you're not rolling away. You have a habit of doing that. Paper-wise, what are we going to look at? Book pages. More book pages. Don't know which ones I'm going to use yet. Tissue paper. Some of the faux fabric I made on, the letter F. So it's the tissue fabric and the... I'm gonna see if I can include these because I want to include them in this journal somehow. I've got some of my natural stained paper. So we've got some tea dye, and these ones are the cabbage dye. I explained how I did those yesterday on yesterday's video. Look how vibrant blue that is. That is cabbage water with bicarbonate of soda, I believe. Yes, bicarbonate of soda. That's cabbage water on its own. It looks almost white compared to the others, but when you compare it to white, it's not. And then that's the cabbage water with vinegar, and then that's just tea stain. So we're going to be using some of the natural dyed papers, more book pages, more tissue paper, and then we're going to be using some images from our freebie magazine, and these seem to all be from the Aldi's ones. So this is like the Christmas Aldi one, I think. Obviously Valentine's, so February, January, February time. And then this is the more current one. And I have 2 copies of these, and I do like these flowers. So I'm hoping to use these. So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to play about with this stuff and see if we can make these envelopes no longer look like envelopes. I am going to use them slightly differently. So this one, when I opened it, when I got it, I'd opened it at this end. I don't know why I did, but it had ripped. So I've cut off the end, neatened up the edge. So we're going to make this into some sort of pocket that goes down this way, because I want to make use of the window. And this one, because the window is actually in a better place, because that's a bigger window. Look, there's different size in the windows. Because this window is sort of like halfway down, I can then fold it, and we can make something that's like folded over, maybe tuck into here. So this was opened at this end, and I've just tucked this down. It gives you a little bit more stability there, and I'm probably going to wrap the paper over this edge. So that is the plan. We're going to start with the book pages, I believe. I think. Do we even use a book page? Yes, we're going to start with some book pages. Pride and Prejudice. I'm using 3 books in this journal. So I've got Pride and Prejudice. I've got this one with all the figures and stuff, and that is an engineering one. But I don't know if I'm going to use them on today's page. And the other book I've got is 2 Gentlemen of Verona. These were all, well, this one wasn't a book that was falling apart, but I've made it fall apart because it's all out of date. This is from like the 50s. It's really out of date. Whereas the Dental and Verona, it was falling apart. It was a cheaply made book, and so the Pride and Prejudice had got ruined by water. So, but look, it's got some lovely patina going on the edges. It's beautiful paper, so we're going to make use of that. Let's pop that over there. So that's what we're going to use to start off with. Now, I've been playing about already, so I'd actually started folding some paper down to see how it would work, and you know, I'm confident. I'm confident that we can make something really pretty. All right, so let's get them covered. Glue stick, scissors, knife, everything's there, ready. So, as you see, I'd already fold this one. It's to go with this paper here. So, if you look, that's almost exactly the right length for that opening. In fact, it is the right length. I'm just going to end up with the little bits left over on each end. But we're going to, so I'm going to pop that over the edge like so. But what you want to make sure when you're doing this, because we want the window showing, is that when you pop it in there, it's not covering the window, and it's not. Actually, it is. It is covering the window, so I'd need to trim that down. Did I cut that one for this side then? I might have cut that. Oh, I think I folded this one for this side. So if I put it over this side, it won't be covering the window. Oh, that'll be what happened. Let's just check. No, that's not what happened. Maybe I wanted to cover the window slightly on this side. I don't know. Well, let's just start again. So, Two Gentlemen from Verona. Good book. Do you like Shakespeare? Have you ever read Shakespeare? I've not read all of Shakespeare. I've read a fair amount. So we obviously we want the paper to come to there, just up to the edge of the window. Don't want to go. You can go over it slightly, but you don't want to go further than that. So I'm going to actually use my ruler. I'm going to hold it up against the edge of the envelope so I can see where I want to crease. And just rub against the edge of that ruler. That gives you crease. And now, this should... I'm going to have to trim that off because I can see that's not halfway, which means if I go inside with that... Why has that not gone straight? If I go inside with that, it's gonna show up behind. Why has that not gone straight? I creased it correctly. I thought I creased it correctly. Let's have a look. So we'll tuck it in. Bloody blah, blah, blah. Yeah, see, like I said, it's going to show up. This side is fine, but that's going to show up. So I need to trim off a little bit. You can trim off a fair amount because you don't need it going all the way in like that. So let's trim a bit off. Because it's not going to show, I can just use my scissors. I don't need to worry about it being too straight. So I'm going to just trim off. I'm going to sort of line it up with these words here, because that should be more than enough coming off. These strips that you take off, they can be used elsewhere. Like it doesn't need to be straight. It's going to be on the inside. No one's going to see. But if you are worried about straight lines, one, you might be able to cut straighter than I can. And two, use a knife and a cutting thing if you're worried. I'm just going to get a bit of magazine page that I know I'm not going to be using anywhere else to use as a glue sheet. Let me just pop that there. Pop the glue on. So I'm going to do the inside bit first. I'm going to glue that bit first because that's going to go inside and it's going to be harder to glue from the inside, obviously. Oh, is this glue gone dry? No, it just needs working a bit. It's a new glue stick and it just needs a little bit of work. There we go. So glued that. And then what we do, put the lid on so it doesn't dry out. Get my envelope so it's going on the inside and it's going on this side. That's where we measured it for. So what we do, we tuck that in, and again tuck it in, she says. Push it all the way in so it's up against that crease. It's not going to play ball for me. Come on. As I said, I am learning. This is not something I've done before, so you are learning with me. So mistakes will be made. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. And for some reason now it's not reaching that thing, but I think that'll be fine because we're going to be using other stuff over it. So there we go. So we'll now stick that down this side. Don't worry about getting glue on your envelope because we're going to be covering it in glue anyway. Yeah, that glue's definitely gone a bit dodgy. Might have to find another glue stick because this is, look, it's coming off in lumps. We don't want that. Get rid of that lump and fold it over. There we go. So that's the first piece done. That's the easiest one. We can do the back the same way. This one, obviously, it doesn't matter whether you go over the window because we're going to be sticking something in here anyway. We're going to stick an image in here that you can see through. So we'll be covering over whatever paper we put inside. I'm going to use the same paper, the Two Gentlemen of Verona, just because it's the perfect width for that opening. But this one, I don't even need to go as far in. I can do that and then bring it all the way over at the back and cover up most of the back with it, like so. Okay, so glue there, glue there. We'll do this inside bit first, and then we'll do the other bit. Let's see if one of my other glue sticks is better. She says. See, I got prepared. I had everything in place. And then my glue stick disappeared. So my glue stick's dried out. I don't know where I put the rest of them. We're just going to have to... We'll survive with this one. We'll survive with this one. I think... Oh, look. Now that lump's gone. It's fine. It was just that lump. Right, okay. Where's my envelope gone? There it is. So, this time we're going in and sticking to this side. I'm going to put it in this way like this. There you go. Fold it over. And there we've got two nice, quite strong edges now. So, there's that lump of glue that I didn't want. Got rid of it. We've got two quite nice strong edges. We'll stick this down and we'll cover up this messy gluey bit from where it was sealed before. So make sure you get the edges. More than anything else, you want to make sure you got the edges. This is just cheap glue from the supermarket. Pack of 3, I think it is, for like £1.50 or something like that. Nothing special, but it does the job. You don't have to have a lot of money to papercraft. And that's my point of this whole experience, is trying to do it with spending no or very little money. Okay, so there we go. Well, that doesn't look straight, but that's probably just the way I folded it. But it doesn't matter because most of this is going to get covered up here anyway. So now I'm going to have the flat... Yeah, I'm going to have it coming over that way because I don't... Do I want an opening there? No, I don't. No, I think I'm going to actually make a pocket. So I'm going to do this edge first and over that way. because this is going to be the hardest one. And this is where we might need to line it up. I'm going to do, not that one. I'm going to do some of this. This is, what did I say the book was? I don't know. Jane Austen one. Pride and Prejudice. Some Pride and Prejudice. I like the patina. So I'm actually going to bring that all the way up to that edge. I don't mind this crinkle. I don't mind this rough edge. It could look quite pretty, and I think I want that there. So I'm going to bring that up to here. Maybe to here. A little bit of overlap. And then fold it round the back. Like so. And I think I want to bring it all the way down to the bottom. No. I'll bring it to there. Bring it to the edge of the window. So we're processing it as we go along, because I think I'm going to do a pocket at the bottom. Come out like that. So an extra pocket. As long as we're not sealing off this bit, which is going to be our pocket, our main pocket, we can have extra pockets. So if I bring that there, and I'm having it just so it's touching the edge of the window, and wrap round the back. Because I do quite like that torn line. It's quite attractive. Right, let's go. Bit of glue. I can cover it all over this time. I don't need to mess about with small amounts. Corners. Make sure you get the corners and the edges before you worry about anything else. Corners and edges are the most important part. And then we just give it a quick swipe over everywhere else. I'm pushing too hard. That's why I'm ending up with the glue rolling. I think it's the heaters got to it. Right, so put that over there. Like I said, just covering the edge. Oh, up a little bit. I nearly went too far down then. Trying to get rid of the white. Yeah, there we go. Fold it over like that. And there we go. So that's that edge done. Now we've got this awkward edge here. And we're going to have an awkward edge there. So, okay. So, let's do this awkward edge. Let's go back to... We'll go back to some of this paper. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it a smaller amount. Because I don't want to cover it all up. So if I mark it with my pencil. Bring it up to here. And mark it with my pencil. So we're going to here, except for we're going over. So really, I'm going to go... No, I will cut it to there because I'm going to go over that side with the thing. So I'm going to cut it to there. Where's my ruler? Where's my ruler? There it is. So, come along that line. That is not straight. How is that not straight? It's not straight at all, is it? Let's draw that line again, shall we? Look, I can see it's not straight because look, it starts there right next to the E and it's like goes up in the air there. So let's try that again. I think that might be straighter. Now that looks more like it. I'm going to go cut along that line. I'm using my scissors just because I know not everyone's going to have the cutting blade. The blade and the mat. I'm going to cut underneath the line, just because I don't really want the line there, but I can rub it off if it's not cut away altogether. And hopefully, oh look, see, I can't cut a straight line. This is why I use my knife. But This doesn't, I'm not too worried about it, to be fair, because we're going to be covering it up with more stuff anyway. Okay, so in this one I want to, oh, I'd overlapped it anyway, so that's fine. This one we want to just glue this little bit here, then fold it over and bring it round the back. So this time I'm going to put the glue on the actual envelope. There we go. All the way to the top. I think I need to come down here a little bit because there's a little bit of an overlap. And we're getting that piece. You know what? I'm going to do it the other way around so I've got the straight edge that I didn't cut over here. See? Clever. Not just a pretty face. But it does mean that it's upside down, but that's fine. Then we get this and we bring it over. And every time we're adding a layer of paper, we're just making this a stronger project. But I do need to remember, that's one thing I forgot about, is we do need to make sure we can still fold along this line. Now look, I didn't glue that very well, so let's get some glue under there. Otherwise it was just going to peel off. And we don't want that happening. No. Push that down really firmly and it'll settle in there. Okay, so this one down to here. Oh, see, this glue's not very good. It's definitely been affected by the heat. Not that it's been hot the last couple of days, but I have had it for a little while, and we did have some heat for a couple of weeks. Well, heat compared to, you know, normal weather. We had a very mild and very warm March. Beginning, well, end of March, beginning of April, I think. Or was it just beginning of April? I don't know. We've had the April showers the last few days, though. So we're almost covered. The other, so we just need to do that bit at the top and this bit at the bottom. So I'm just going to, I think about just doing a strippy there. Like so. Obviously a straight strippy. Because I need to come round to this little bit here. I need to cover this bit, but I don't really. I'm going to glue that down there where it's come away. Take the lid off. But the envelope itself wasn't made very well. So I want the strippy to come. Maybe I know what I'll do. I'll bring that over. Not this particular one. I'll bring that over right to the edge and then fold it over like so. But I do need to cover up here. Cool. I figured it out. It's not quite wide enough to do it that one. So we are going to use the Gentleman Verona is exactly the right width where I've cut that one. So we're going to use that. Right, I don't want to go into over that flap there. So that's where I've got to line up with on this side. And then I also have to line up with the window on that side. So it is going to just be a small amount that I need to cover. So what I can do is I know that will line up my window if I cut along there. And that is not, is that going over the edge? No, that's not going over the edge. So that is pretty much perfect. So that's what we're cutting. So I need to cut this bit off here. I'm getting the mat out because this is quite imperative that I get this line straight, or thereabouts straight. let me line the top of this up with the, there we go. And then I know I've got a straight line. So that's there. Okay, and it's this line I'm going against. Where's the line? There it is. There it is. Let me just mark it with my finger better. There we go. So that's the line I'm using. And although I can't line this ruler up with the line, I can see it against the line. And I need to get up a little bit more. There we go. That looks fairly straight. Let's go. Definitely straighter than I can cut with the scissors. That's gone. And now this is the bit we're sticking on. Where's me envelope? There it is. And it was this edge here. So it's sticking on there. And it comes down to here. And it's a shame that I messed up there a little bit, but that's fine because I'm going to be sticking other pieces on here. So, glue. I don't want to add any more glue to that mat. I've glued that mat way too much. It looks quite dark to me today. I don't know why. My light is on. Maybe I adjust it a bit. It just could be the angle I'm looking at the camera. Yes. There we go. So wider part on this side. Up to that edge. And then fold that over. And there we go. So that's all of the white covered on that end. We've just got this little bit of white on this end. So that bit that I cut off before is more than enough. And because it's only this one I need to worry about it being accurate, if I glue that side down first, then I can flip it over and I can glue it down. That is a good plan. See? See? A good plan. I put the glue on there. You don't want to glue the thing shut, so make sure you're not gluing that shut. I'm going to pop that on there using the straight edge that I haven't cut. There we go. And then I'm going to flip it over. And I said I was going to make another pocket, but I've not made another pocket. That's fine. It's already going to have pockets. I don't really need any more. There we go. So that's it decorated. So what we're going to have, if I fold it up like that, what we end up with, if I glue it like that, we end up with lots of pockets. But no, that's what I'm going to do. So it can go, I'm not going to actually fold it up. So what this is it can go into a journal. And it can either be a flap, like that. Or it can actually be a page in the journal. I thought I folded that in half and I didn't. But that's fine. I quite like the fact that it's uneven. So it could be a flap in a journal with pockets. It'd obviously be that way or that way in a journal. And then you've got this pocket space here. Or you can actually bind it into your journal and then you have two pockets like that bound into your journal. Like so. And then you have the window here. And we want to put something behind the window. So before we do anything else, I'm going to put something behind the window. So let's have a look what I've got. Now, I've got two colour palettes today. I've got the red and the black and the grey, you know. And then I've got blue. So if I let's have a look. Got that lovely big bouquet there, but I think I'm keeping that for the outside. I'm sure there's some more flowers on this one. Or not. Ah, yeah. So we've got these tulips and we've got the roses there. Now let me just snip this whole bit out. And we'll see what works behind. And then we'll use whatever's left on the front. Okay. So if I pop that in there, obviously I need to trim off the writing, so that'll take it over a bit more. So let's see if I pop that like that. That would look like that behind there, which is quite pretty. I quite like that. The tulips, obviously fold that and get back again because I don't want that price being shown. The tulips would look like that. So what should we go for? The tulips or the roses? I think I'm going to go for the roses because I'm going to use these roses on the outside. So we're going to go for the roses. So I folded it down just so that it's... I don't think I need to fold it that much down. So that we can't see this price. We don't want to see that price. So let's pop that in there, back in there and see what it looks like with that folded there. Nope, it does need to go back further down. So if I go back to there, that should be hidden. Yeah. Like so. Quite like that. So let's trim that off. Obviously don't need it that long. Get rid of that, just in case. And what we'll do is we will glue it down on the inside on this back panel. So then if we put things inside, the roses will get covered by whatever we're putting them in. But if the pocket's empty, you'll be able to see the roses through. I need to bring that over a little bit. So that's probably the position. Yeah, that position I think is where I want it. Okay, cool. Glue. Where did I put it? There it is. Look, move out the way, I don't need you. Oh, hang on, I've got to decide. I'm going to have it as a flap down, aren't I? Yes, so I want to make sure the roses are the right way up. So I need to actually put them upside down in this thing because I've decided I'm having this as a flap down. This is how I'm going to put it in the book, so I need it to be the wrong way round. At which point I've actually cut it the wrong way. Lower down. Because I'm using glue stick, it does give you a bit of movability, and I'm not pressing it down yet. That'll have to do. There we go. I've pressed it down. That is now in place, and that is what you're going to see on the flap down when you open it. I'm going to add my favourite tissue, but I'm actually going to use the fabricy version, the one I made fabric out of. Okay, so my camera died, but it did give me an opportunity. While it was charging, I decided to pop to the shop, and I had an idea while I was out, and I picked up some leaves, just a few leaves, different shaped leaves, and we're going to try something out. Now this may fail, we'll find out, but I'm going to take my dyed paper and we're going to dye it some more. So let's get something plastic down underneath because I don't want to get this all over the place. It does spray quite far, so fingers crossed. Don't get it all over everything. Let's turn that way. You don't need to see barcode. Sorry about the shine, it's just what I have available at the moment. And I thought if we pop the paper down, we just place some leaves randomly, different shaped leaves, randomly. I know I've got a varied selection of leaves. A very varied selection of leaves. Play, go flat, thank you. I know what some of them are. Not all of them though. I'm going to just place them down randomly over the page and see if this works. I think I want a little bit of overlapping on some of them. Like so. Let's have some more pretty shaped ones. That one's not lying flat. Maybe if I turn it upside down, it'll lie flatter. We'll see. I don't know if this is going to work. It is an experiment. You are experimenting with me. But let's see what happens. It could be fun. It could be a disaster. We never know. So the ones that don't look like they're going to lie flat, I'm going to turn them upside down, so they're more likely to lie flat. I've got a bit more room. What have I got? Some of that. Some of that. Let's move you up a bit and lie you up the other way. Like I said, it doesn't matter if there's overlap. This, like I said, it might not work. It might be a complete disaster, but let's give it a go. You never know. It might be a miracle. We might have some really awesome art that will look great in our scrap journaling or junk journaling even. So here we go. Oh, this is where I find I've got the wrong. That's the dark blue one. Got tea stain. I'm trying to see what I've got the sprays in. I was hoping I had it in the green, but let's just change over the tea stain one. Is that the green? Yeah, that's the green. I had to put it in the lights to see. It's going to be a little bit of tea stain comes through first, but that's fine. Give it a shake. And get it tea stain all over one of my other pieces of paper. Okay, let's have a go. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to lightly spray it. Oh, that wasn't right. I thought I was pulling a lid off. Nope, that is the sprayer that I've just pulled off. Don't do that. Don't do what I do. This is why I'm going to make a mess trying to put the sprayer back on. Please be on. Nope, you're not on. Yes, you are. I'm just going to lightly spray. I don't want to get this too wet, and I also want it to be quite direct. Let's see if this works. If it does work, this will be pretty awesome. The whole idea is we should still see the original colour beyond these leaves. So I lift up a leaf, like so. Oh, yeah, sort of. Yes. Right, I'm going to pop that to one side. I'll let it dry, because it's very wet. It's wetter than I wanted it to be. I'm going to pop that to one side, and then what we'll do is we will, oh look, see? I told you it sprays everywhere. Give it a little wipe down, and then while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll move on to the next envelope. Next envelope. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. So this is the other envelope. Now this one, we've got a cover in the book page again. So where have I put my book pages? Oh, they're over this side, underneath all the leaves. that one. And some of that one. Okay, cool. Right, so this one, we've got a bigger pocket to fill. And I think I'm actually going to choose the image to go in the pocket before I start doing the outside this time. That's got no images on. That was my scrap piece. I need that scrap piece, don't I, to glue on. Keep that handy. Oh, see, that's not going to fit in there, I don't think. Oh, I've got to also got, this is going to be awkward because I've got to get it in from the top. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I want to cut this down to around about here and fold it under. And then we have a flap. So that's what I'm going to do. Before I do anything else, I'm going to cut that down. And I'm going to use my knife. You can use scissors to do this. Let's make sure this fold that I'm cutting it down to is straight though before we do anything else. So, get my cutting pad. We know that line is straight. I know that line is straight because I cut it earlier on. I cut it straight. So if I bring it down to this line here, I think that's a good idea. Where is my ruler? I've just buried it. There it is. So we're going down to that line there. I can draw a pencil because it's going to be covered up anyway. Well, it can be rubbed out anyway. So I'm going to cut just this front bit down to there. I am going to have to shorten it though, because otherwise it's going to show underneath this envelope. So get your knife and gently cut along there, just till you get to that line, like so. And the same, can you see? Yes, you can. I wasn't sure if I was in picture. Never know until I look at the camera. I kept messing up yesterday because I had the camera way too low. I'm doing this cat-handed. Let me turn it around so I can see what I'm doing, feel what I'm doing. There we go. Right, like I said, I'm going to have to cut some of this off, otherwise it's going to show up beyond the envelope. I quite like this pattern in the background, you know. I could possibly do collage, so I'm going to move that one out of the way. That's the flap that's going to come over. And I'm just going to trim off some of this. And I think, yeah, trim to about there. So I'm lining that up roughly. And that should be enough to trim off. Got it down. I like that pattern. I might even use that in the collage. Because this is going to have the... Oh no, the other one's going to have the black and white on. So I might use it in the collage of the other one. So I'm going to pop that down. Like so. There we go. Yes. I'm going to put a bit of tape on, get a bit of glue on that. So unfold it, put a bit of glue on, and then fold it down. I should have found the other glue while I was not able to film, shouldn't I? But I didn't. Oh, and I now got glue on my mat. One of these days. That's the whole point of having the scrappy bit of paper to glue on. I've just ripped that slightly, but it should be fine because we are going to be wrapping it up with the book page. There we go. Oh, that didn't go straight at all, look. Darn it. Spent all that time making that straight line and then didn't follow the line. That's fine. It's fine. I'm going to probably wrap book page around that anyway. So there we go. So that's done. Now what I could do, I can actually make a collage behind here. Or I could just stick a flower behind. Was it this one that had the big bouquet? Trying to find them. There. So you've got that big bouquet there. And that could look really nice. I could just get a section of that and put it behind. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I've got 2 copies of this. So, you know, I've got a bit of extra play around with for the front as well. I'll just tear it out like that. It's obviously the size of it. It's what's the size of it? The window is 2 inches by roughly 4.5. So 2 inches by roughly 4.5. Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that at 3 inches, because it then gives me half an inch either way. So 3 inches, and then let me put a straight line there so I know where I'm measuring. Get rid of that $14.99. That's an expensive bouquet of flower, isn't it? And I'm going to go 5 inches this way. Actually, I might go up a little bit. I'm going to actually not get rid of the $14.99 because that can be where I glue. Let's just do that. Is that about half an inch? Yeah, it is. And then we go 5 inches down this way. And it takes us to about there. So that's roughly where we're going to be cutting. Okay, cool. Let's get cutting, I guess. I can cut with scissors because you're not going to see the edges. Haha. Where did I put the scissors? There they are, underneath my pile of papers. Look. So, where did I put the line at the bottom? Can I see it? Oh, there it is. So I'm going to go a little bit lower than where I've marked that. Because, you know, we can. And then I want to go up there. Because I don't want to lose too much of this flower. So I do want to keep sort of to where that line is, roughly. Maybe a little bit over. And then we'll go across there. Okay. So when I put that in, hopefully, it will look good behind the window. That looks really pretty. Okay, so glue it. Glue it, glue it, glue it. Where's my scrap paper? There it is. Otherwise I'm going to get glue all over my cutting mat again. I don't want to do that. Okay. Bring back my envelope. It's curling up. Right. This is going to be difficult, but we'll get there. We will get there. Right. Going in from the top. Oh, see. Keep going. Keep going. It's going to be one of them days. If you hadn't noticed, my light went out. And while I was fixing that, the glue went dry. So a bit more glue on. Oh, I've got it on the mat again. Never mind. Right. Try again. I'm going to open it up like that. Put it all the way down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, go down. So close, but so far at the same time. Come on. Cooperate. No, it would be so easy if it was open at the side. I think. I'll push it down. No, come on. Why are you curling up? Don't curl up. Don't. Oh, that's so frustrating. It'd be so much easier if the picture was a little bit stiffer. Go. Go, go. Go all the way down. Go, yes. Gotcha. Gotcha. There we go. Oh, got it in the end. And that looks really pretty. I like that. Now we're just going to get our book page and start covering it. Is that one folded to the right size? No, not quite. Let's go over a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's about right. Obviously I don't need this at the end, that's too big. So, you know what? I am gonna use my knife just to cut that off. Line up my ruler with there. And cut through with a knife. That bit can be used elsewhere, but that is perfect. Glue it down. Up to the edge. Make sure it's glued all the way to the edge. Like so. Pop that in there. Come on. Don't move. I lined you up perfectly. Don't move. Nope. Back down. There we go. It moved. It moved. Good thing about the glue stick is it doesn't stick straight away. I can peel it back and go again. No, come on. Why are you not? You were meeting it perfectly a minute ago. There we go. Oh. There we go. Perfect. And you need to obviously make sure this is stuck down properly. Well, I've moved it about. It's gone a bit too low there, but that's fine. I can overlap there. I do need to trim that little bit off at the end there now, though. Don't know how that happened, but it did. Oh, would help have the knife the right way around. Don't know how that happened, but it did. Well, it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I want Pride and Prejudice at the bottom, I think. It's not wide enough though, is it? It'll work there. Like so. Okay. Let's just colour. Oh, actually, I'm keeping that for in the book because that's got a blank page. Have I not got any more Pride and Prejudice pages? Doesn't look like it. Where's my book? I'd buried the book. So let's pick out some Pride and Prejudice pages. Just randomly pick some out. Just tear them out. There we go. Okay. So I don't mind these rough edges. I think they're like quite cool. But I'm not. I'll put that one like that over there. But then it goes upside down at the back. But that's fine because I'm probably going to stick this one in. And I don't actually have to worry about covering the back. That's a very good point. You don't have to worry about covering the back. Ha ha. In this case, I'm actually going to really just play about with it. So like that. And then I just need a bit there, don't I? And I can use that bit that we cut off from there for that. Yes, I can. And that will fold over. So I need to obviously cut that down to size. Because I need that to fold over. So let's mark that with my fingernails. Seeing as, you know, nothing else seems to work. I'm having one of them days. Really having one. It's not going to be as disastrous as the other day when nothing went right. But yes. It's technological issues today. I'll put that on there and then I can fold it down inside. Yes. So glue. Like so. Fold it over and in. I need to obviously cover this flap. So, and in this case, it does need to be the right way up both sides because that's going to come down like that. But, for example, if I stuck that on and then that on and then folded it over, I can't do it with that one. It's not wide enough. Oh, it is because I can cut. Haha. I can cut this into a shape. No, won't be quite wide enough. So let's go for 2 gentlemen with a ruler. And what I want to do is find a bit where, hopefully I've got a page where it doesn't cover the whole page. And I've got a bit at the bottom. Possibly not on the sheets that I've pulled out. What have I got? Nope. Not on them sheets anyway. Is that wider? Oh, I'll use some of this. It doesn't matter. It will do fine. She says I use some of this and then I still have the same problem. Oh, there we go. There's a bit. In fact, that's completely a bit. Oh, look, it's see-through there. You'll be able to see that writing underneath. Is that see-through as well? Would you be able to? Yes, I would. No matter which one I do put on. No matter which one I put on, I'm going to see that writing underneath. So I probably want to cover up that writing. In fact, I don't know what I'm worried about. I can put something over that. So yeah, let's go for it. We'll go for this page here. And all I'm going to actually see. That number's going to be up the wrong way, but I'm doing it this way. Haha, that's right. Do it this way. Do it that way. And then when I fold it over, is that going to be the wrong way up? Yes. I don't know what I'm doing. No, not liking that. That's what I was just looking at. I think I'm just going to use this. Just going to use this. Then it can go under and back over. Yes, let's just do that. All this faffing about for nothing. I was keeping that for else. Well, but you know what? I think this is what we're going to have to do. I'm hoping the lighting is okay for you because it seems to have gone. Oh no, look, I haven't straightened that. Haven't straightened that. Haven't straightened that. There we go. Let's fold it over, because then I know exactly where I'm cutting. There we go. Cut along that line. Oh, see, even with the ruler, I can't cut a straight line. Never mind. Let's have a look, see if it works at least. Yes, it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to glue on there, like so. Glue on there, like so. Fold it back and glue it. Got it. See, we'll get there in the end. Even if it is 2 hours later. I'm going to put the glue on the flap. And yes, I'm gluing straight onto the... I break all my own rules. I'm not a very good rule keeper. A friend of mine, someone that I've known for quite a while, commented on one of my videos the other day that I make her laugh. And I said, what, even when I'm being serious? And she said, yes, because you are being serious. I'm not very good at not being serious. Like I said, she's known me for quite a while. So I'm just going to fold that down, like so. Get my ruler. Give me my fold. Straight edge fold. Like so. And I'll glue that down. Glue it down. I'm going to have this stuck in, I think. Well, I can cover the back. I don't think I need to. I think I'm going to have it stuck in somewhere. Let's get rid of them loose bits. Don't want you. Okay. So now I need to do the bottom and that side. I think I'm going to use this paper along that side, wasn't I? And then that at the bottom. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Right, glue on the bottom. There. Yeah. Line it up at that side. There we go. Fold it over at the back. Oh, lumpy glue again. Spread that out. Right, we just have the one side left to do. I'm going to use that. Line it up with there. Right, I'll glue it down and then trim it. So let's glue all the way down to the bottom. Glue it down. Perfection. Oh, over a bit, over a bit, over a bit. There we go. Perfection. How pretty is that? And then I can trim it off here. Fold it over the back. And actually the back's going to be covered anyway. There's me thinking I won't have covered the back. Well, I have. I have definitely covered the back. Oh, I think I've gone a bit too far over on that side. Well, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to trim that down so that the fold over. Yeah, I'm going to trim that down. Just take a little bit off. I go down to there. Just a little angle. And the bit that I've just trimmed off there, I move over to here. So I know that the angle is the same on both sides. Or roughly the same on both sides. Coming off? Come off. There we go. So now when I fold that over, it's roughly the same on both sides. Anyway, let's fold this back. I need to trim off this bit at the bottom here. You know, I could just fold it up like that. In fact, yeah, let's fold it up like that. Give me a nice neat corner then. Like so. It doesn't matter this going at an angle because that goes over there like that. Like that. And then that comes over there like that. Do need to take off some of this excess here in this corner though. So let's get rid of you. I'm going to get rid of some of this rough stuff as well. Don't need any of you. It doesn't have to be neat because, you know, it's going to be covered. Glue-de-glue-de-glue. Remember, concentrate around the edges more than anything else. Glue down to the edges. Down to the edges. Up there. Oh, go away. Don't need you. And just over there. There we go. That's down. And then last but not least, this one. Lumpy glue again. Use my finger to spread that out, get rid of the lumps. And then we're folding that over like that. And there we have our pouch covered. How pretty is that? And then that comes down like that. And this little envelope. And then you've got all that storage space in there. Awesome. Now let's decorate it. I wonder if the leaves are dry. I don't think they're going to be. Let's go and have a look. Okay, they're not dry and they haven't worked how I wanted them to work. So the ink has spread. So I'm not actually going to use this for this project, but I do like the effect, but it's not what I was hoping for on this. So I'm going to just carry on leaving that to dry and we'll just use something else. Okay, so we've got the two pockets I made up. Let's move that out of the way for now. So we've got this one. Remember, this is going to be a flap down like that, and then tuck it in, tuck things in there. So that's that one. And then we've got this one. And you don't need to decorate it. So this one obviously has got the red flowers. This one's got like the pastel colour flowers. So I'm thinking with this one, we're going to go with some blue, some pink, and maybe even, because of the background there, maybe even a bit of this. And also me tea dye, me cabbage dye. And on this one we're going to go with the black, possibly this grey colour, and some more red flowers. That's what we're going to go for here. We'll probably get some more flowers for this as well. Remember, there was quite a bit of that picture left when I cut it up. So let's just have a play. We'll do this one first. I'm going to start off with a bit of this pink. I'm just going to, it's not going to rip easily, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is the faux fabric we made a while back on a F, the letter F. Don't need that much. Surprisingly ripping better than I thought it would. I'm going to just put that, I'm just going to go over a little bit on that corner there, and like that, I think. Are we happy with that? Yes, let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Just go for it. I'm going to try a bit of the blue. Bit of the blue. I'm just going to play around, see what happens. I want some on the flap. Do I want some on the, yes, I want some on the flap. That's almost perfect fit there, isn't it, for the flap? A bit of this. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. A bit of the purple, like so. Yep. Bit of the tissue. We're just playing around. A bit of the blue tissue. I'm just building up layers. And just, you know, it doesn't have to be anything in particular. Maybe a bit more of the pink. Like that. Just see what happens. See what happens. I don't want to cover up all of the writing, so let's not do that. Maybe like that. Let's glue it down. Let's glue it down. I'll have some fun with it. Oh yes, I forgot that bit of black and white that I cut out from here can go on there. Yeah. Just glue it down. Just play around. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. So I said I'm going to pop this, I'm going to glue this, although I don't need to glue this. This can just actually sit in, but I think I am going to glue it and make it an extra pocket. I don't know. Or a side tuck. We'll see. But I'm not going to decorate the back. I'm not going to worry about decorating the back. Maybe I should do, so that's a straight, yes, that's what I'm going to do. Try and get the edges around the thing, the window a bit more straight. I've armour glue all the way down to the bottom. Oh, now I've rolled it up too far. Got a bit carried away there. Push it back in. Thank you. Yep, glue paper. Glue paper. If I remember rightly, this is quite difficult to get the glue on because of the texture of it. So I'll pop that on there. Yeah. I'll put this strip, no, that strip along there. Yeah, why not? Looks good to me. Got that. Oh, got that round the corner. A little bit more glue on there. Perfect. Let's do a very thin strip of this purple, like so. There. Yeah. I cut. So I tore bits out already, and I've decided not to use the bits I originally tore out. No, not this one anyway. I didn't tear this one out before. Oh, look at that. That's lovely. But it brings in this purple that's back here. There's the bits of tissue I tore out. That one up there. Let's put you over the corner. Yes, let's put you over the corner. Yeah, I'm going to go over like that. Leave that bit of a book page showing. It doesn't have to be. I don't want the whole of the book page covered. Otherwise, that would be pointless. Putting the book page on in the first place, wouldn't it? Oh, that's curling up on itself. Uncurl, thank you. There we go. Like so. Go around the corner. Right, so now I want possibly to put some flowers on. I want a bit more of that tissue. Yeah, let's put that there. Tissue's not the easiest to glue, so I'm going to put it actually on here, the glue on here, and then put the tissue on. There we go. Oh, just creating texture. More of the blue. Should I go over that corner? No. I think I got enough of that on. Now I need to find the flowers. Where's the flowers that I cut out? Or I tore out even? That's why I can't find the page now. It's a problem where you've got lots of pages. There it is. So, I'm going to just cut some random bits out of this, I think, or just even tear them out. I don't know. Let's cut around that. Doesn't have to be perfect, remember. And we'll pop here, you on there. Let's pop it that way. Yeah, pop that on there. It's going to overlap a bit, like so. Yeah. Pop that on there. See where I've gone over this corner here. I'm just going to trim it off like that. There's that flower there. I've got some more flowers here. I'm going to chop off. I'm going to chop off this whole section here and put it on that side. So let's go like that down there. Roughly trim it. Ooh. Obviously, I'm not going to go in and out of all of them little petals because that would be silly. I don't think I'm going to keep that green bit up there. There we go. So if I now put that there and overlap it. Oh, don't forget. Oh, that's fine. That's not the fold, is it? So I can overlap it around that corner slightly. Sounds like a plan. There we go. Is it perfect? No, it's not. Does it have to be? No, it doesn't. I want them tulips at the bottom there. Just the tulips. Like that? Yeah. I need to put a bit more glue on that side. And this is, I'm not decorating the back because it's going to be closed. I don't think I want to put any more up there, but I do want to put something on here. Oh, get rid of that. And I think I'm going to go with maybe a bit of this. I've already got some there. Maybe a bit of this and a bit of this. Yeah, but I do need to make sure it stays within the flap. So let's tear a bit off you. Like so. And then a bit of that in the middle, and maybe even a bit of the blue tissue underneath. We'll play. We'll see what it looks like. Oh, what am I doing on the paper? You get out of the way. And pop that on there. Oh, actually, pull that off a minute because I want to put the tissue behind. Just a little bit of the tissue behind, just to give it a texture. Yeah. Come on. No. Oh, this glue's awful today. Tissue. Down. Purple. Where'd you go? Where did I put you? There you are. Purple. Down. Yes. I don't know what you are, but I don't want you there. And then just a little tiny bit of pink in the middle. Yes. There you go. Don't want you there. You're not meant to be there. Does it look pretty? I don't know. Am I happy with it? Yeah, it'll do. There you go. So that's one pocket done. And now we move on to the other one. So this one, I do need to decorate all sides on this one. And I haven't got as many materials to choose from. So I've got that little bit of black and white stripe. I've got this check. And I've got these roses. That's pretty much it. So, but that's fine. We just won't have as we'll have less of the actual writing covered, and that's fine. So, remember that that's going to be folded that way. So it's going to be that way up. And it's going to be folded that way. So I think I'm just going to put a little bit of that, and I'm going to have it go all the way around. Oh, that's not long enough. Is it? Have I got a longer piece? Yes, I just cut it the wrong way. So I go tear it down this way. Don't. Oh, it's not tearing. Maybe I should have cut it, because that's awful. Although, or is it? Or is it? Could it look good? Because it's sort of torn like flags. It could look good. Does it look good? No. It's fine. Scissors. Scissors. And I think this isn't tearing because this is the tissue paper that I made into fabric material. Fabric-like material. See, I've got jaggedy edges there now. Don't want them. They're obvious cut edges there now. Oh. That look better? Yes, that looks better. So I'm going to start at there. I'm going to have it go all the way around and almost to the bottom on the other side. Yep. Let's go. Gloop. Gloop. Yeah, unfortunately I have... Oh. Well, that ain't going to work, is it? After all that, it's not going to stay anyway. So, okay. Let's just do it on this side for now. Let's just do it on this side for now. There we go. That's fine. So So I don't actually want to add too much onto this. Let's just tear a bit of that off. I do like this. Tear like that. Did you see when I was spraying earlier on, I've got a bit of the tea stain on it, and I think that's quite cool. Or do I want it that side? No, I'm going to do it this side. I'm going to have it there, and then I'm going to put a flower there. I don't want to over the top this one. Basically because I haven't got enough thing to overtop it. Pop that there. And then I'll just cut a little bit of this rose out. We are quite limited of what we've got of the rose. So let's cut a little bit of that rose out. Like so. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, that's that one side done. This side. Oh look, I've got paper upside down, inside out, wrong way round and everything. Did you glue that down? Glue it down. Sorry, I'm copying someone else that does that, which is let's just glue it down. See what happens. I can rush in it a little bit now because the video has taken a lot longer than I expected. Especially with me, you know, having that nightmare of the camera dying and then going to the shop, and I want to get it up before midnight. I keep trying to get things up before midnight, and so many times it's failed now. And here's what it is. There we go. Because that is going to look like that when it's in there. And I want to put a bit of that across there. And I'm going to tear it like this way. So they can have a bit each. A bit of that across there. Like so. And maybe that one going there. Like so. Remember not to cover up over this edge. Oh, a bit of that off. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's just what it is, isn't it? That's higher up than I placed it originally, but hey ho. That needs going down. Is this pretty? Probably not. I think I'm just going to cut out individual roses on this one. Oh, actually, I'm going to cut out them 2 roses there. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Just cutting out this rose and this rose. Oh, maybe even 3. Let's do the 3. Cut around them leaves. Keep them leaves. So I said 1 rose, then I said 2 roses. Now I'm doing 3. These do not have to look perfect. I'll pop that on. Oops. That on there, like so. Oh look, it's torn. See, that's why I was cutting around. Wasn't cutting that one out. Let's cut off that one. There we go. Oh, still see Right, that'll do. So pop that on there like that. Yep, that'll do. I've still got a fairly big bit of rose over that side. Oh, sticky paper. Like that. Yeah, like that. Like that. Just like that. So when you flip that up, that's up that way. I've got this side. I'm going to cut out these ones here. Maybe. I'm going to roughly cut quickly and then tidy up in a minute. There we go. Cut that bit out there. Don't want that there. Don't want that there. Let's have a look. Yeah, that'll do. This glue's nearly gone. Nearly gone. I've used a lot of glue today. Like that there. Yep, that'll do. Now, do I want to decorate the back? No. And do you know why? Because that is getting glued in, and it's going to sit like that. Window. Like that. There we go. And I've got that big pocket there. Done. We're done. Maybe I'm going to put another bit of rose there, just in that corner there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I want a bit more of the tissue in that corner as well. Let's have a look. Just a little bit of that tissue there. Yep, and then the rose. Running out of rose. Don't just say, look. I have used so much of this magazine up. Waste not, want not, and all that. I don't know if I like that. Don't know if I can tell that's a rose. It'll do. It'll do. Oh, look, I'm out of the glue. It's gone to the end. It's a good thing I've decided not to stick anymore after this, isn't it? There you go. That'll do. So, we've got this one. So it's pocket there, down like that. It will have a pocket here because it's going to be stuck to the page, and it's a flap. So that one, and the other one we made is this pocket here. So there's a big pocket. Oh, and when you put things in, let me just show you when you put things in. If I can find something to put in it. Just use a bit book page for now. So when I put things in there, you'll be able to see them through the window, and the same here, you'll be able to see them through the window. It's not going in. There you go. See, they are all done. That is me upcycling some envelopes. I made a mess of them. My idea with the leaves did not work, but I am happy with the effect I've got. It's just not the effect I was aiming for. And once that's dry, I'm going to use that somewhere else in the journal. But bye-bye for now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hang on, X. Y. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Got a good idea for tomorrow. The theme is yesteryear. See you later. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Why? V. Oh, I can't remember what V is. See you tomorrow anyway. Bye.